50 years after D.B. Cooper vanished into the night sky, something unexpected began to happen. People who had sworn to stay silent started talking. Not to police, not to reporters, but to their families on their deathbeds. One man confessed, "I saw him that night. I saw where he ran." Another woman told her grandson, "The money wasn't lost. Someone hid it." And an old military veteran admitted that a civilian plane wasn't the only thing in the sky that night. Something else was tracking Cooper's descent. These confessions revived the investigation like a spark igniting a forest floor. The FBI reopened old evidence files. Dusty maps were re-examined. Witness statements were run through modern analysis tools. And for the first time, everything pointed toward one chilling possibility. Cooper didn't die in the jump. He survived, and someone helped him disappear. This scene sinks viewers into the moment the cold case suddenly heats up because a half-century of silence finally begins to break. In 1986, a hunter hiking deep in the Washington wilderness found something strange. A cabin, not abandoned, but untouched, perfectly preserved. Hand-rolled cigarettes, a radio from the early 70s, and a map with a single route drawn in red, leading away from the suspected jump zone. The hunter reported it, but nothing happened. No investigation, no follow-up. Why? Because the cabin belonged to a man known only as Red. No records, no job history, no birth certificate. Just a man who lived in the forest, paid in cash, and disappeared every winter. Locals believed Red was harmless. He gave himself that name because he was running. And when the FBI finally revisited the report decades later, they asked the same question millions of Americans had been asking. Was Red D.B. Cooper? But the cabin was empty now. He was gone, and he had been gone for years. In 1980, a young boy digging by the Columbia River found $5,800 in decaying bills. Bills confirmed to be part of D.B. Cooper's ransom. For decades, investigators believed Cooper lost the money during the jump, but new forensic tests shattered that theory. The bills didn't wash downstream. They were buried, deliberately. Sand layers showed human interference. Water patterns showed they weren't tossed by the river, and the position of the bundles revealed something alarming. The money was buried years after the hijacking, meaning someone returned to the site. Someone who knew exactly where Cooper landed. Someone who wanted investigators to believe he died. A distraction, a planted trail. Why? Because Cooper needed to erase his tracks. And burying the money wasn't desperation, it was strategy. This single clue changed everything. Cooper wasn't running blindly. He was planning. In 2022, everything changed. An elderly man in Oregon, with no family left, made a confession to a hospice nurse. He had carried the secret for over 50 years, and he wanted to leave the world clean. He said he knew the truth about D.B. Cooper, not from rumor, not from news, but because he met him. The night Cooper vanished, this man was driving along a remote forest road when a desperate, injured figure stumbled onto the path, soaked, shivering, and carrying a metal briefcase. The old man didn't know what he was witnessing until he saw the newspapers the next day. The stranger begged for silence, gave the man $2,000 in cash, untraceable then, and vanished into the tree-line. But before he left, the man asked him, "Are you going to get caught?" Cooper looked him dead in the eyes and said, "You can catch a man who has already become a ghost." The witness died days later. His confession recorded, his story archived, and the FBI listened. This confession would finally unlock the truth behind D.B. Cooper's fate. And that truth is what episode 10 will reveal.